Hello again, everyone. This is Richard Weil, and I am the owner and proprietor of National Restaurant Consultants, and we welcome you in to the 160th edition of the NRC Helpful Moment. We're live from the Colorado Restaurant Bar Show in downtown Denver at the Colorado Convention Center. It's a little loud here right now. I'm sorry.
It's a party.
It's a party now. The show's only got about an hour left, and it's been quiet and perfect till like 5 minutes ago, of course.
Of course.
They have a DJ going for the last hour of a party, but we welcome in again, of course, Mr. Brian Devine from Top Line Management, CafeFuel. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
We don't know if it's snowing out. We've been inside all day, but I know it's cold out still, right?
It's snowing up here, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. So joining me today is Kathy Cooney, who is an expert in the food service and hospitality industry. Spent many years as an operator. In fact, she was the general manager at the Palm in Denver. And so she has fine dining experience, but she has food service and hospitality experience. A little while ago, she converted over to starting her own restaurant consulting team as far as recruiting. And so today, because we know attracting and retaining quality staff is so hard to do, Kathy's a great ideas and solutions on how to solve that problem, finding that key management team. So Kathy, if you share a little bit about your company and some of the things that you're doing, we'd sure appreciate it. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
So Cooney Consulting Recruiting, I started in July of 2020, which is, great time to start a recruiting company in hospitality during the middle of COVID. But, my passion's been in restaurants my whole life. I grew up in restaurants. My parents owned restaurants up in Breckenridge, Colorado, and just went to college for hotel restaurateurs and then ran the Palm restaurant for 21 years. And then decided it was time for a new challenge and went into recruiting and started my own company. And now I recruit all over the country. Most of my restaurant groups are based in Colorado. And I do all management levels, front of the house and back of the house. And, it's definitely an interesting time, especially being at the show. You hear about how everybody's looking, everybody's hiring, everyone's trying to find the next manager. And it's a tough time. There's a lot of people that left the industry, unfortunately, but a lot are coming back now because there's something. Restaurants are in your blood. It's hard to get out. So,
what do you find as the common thread for helping operators bring quality people back at the fold for interviews and hopefully hiring? What are some of the common things that you see that are out there that can be done?
I think, a lot of it's your culture. We have to change as operators and owners of restaurants. The 75-hour work week is just not, the new generation's not going to do it. We were all workaholics and we thought that's what you had to do. But work-life balance is probably the number one question I get asked from any candidate is what's the culture and the work-life balance? They want to have a life outside the restaurant. So you can't do the 7 days a week open to close shifts anymore. That you've got to have, and mentally, that's what we talk a lot about is mental health now. Mental health is huge, and in order to have that, you've got to have a work-life balance. So I think that's probably the number one thing that the restaurant industry has to change and reform what we do.
And does that start with I guess you are doing the vetting, you start the talking, and then are you coaching your clients in terms of maybe helping them make those changes in their businesses?
Absolutely. I'm lucky because I'm a small recruiting company, so my clients are because I've been friends or I've known them in the industry for a long time, so I already love what they're doing in their restaurants, in their restaurant groups. But I definitely have had to change and get the new mentality that you have to offer some benefits.
Right.
You have to offer days off. The one thing I always have said is, yes, in the restaurant industry, we work holidays, we work nights, we work weekends. But when's the last time you walked in and gave your restaurant manager an extra day off? Rarely does a restaurant manager get a 3-day weekend. The way I always operated is if, yes, I can't give you this holiday off, but I'm going to give you an extra day off next week to make it up to you. And that's how I kept most of my management team working for me for a long time. So it's conveying that, and yes, we have to work Christmas, but what can I do? Since you work Christmas, I'm going to give you something extra down the road. And so it's a new mentality. And then as far as also teaching your clients, is you have to hire fast now. You can't do the 5-6 interviews. if you like them, you got to hire them because there's so many jobs. They're going to pick a job the next day if you don't hire them.
So I know some people think that your kind of recruiting business is expensive.
Yeah.
But I really think if people put the return on investment, because you basically will stay with your client for at least 90 days and make sure that person sticks.
Yep.
It's not expensive. I think it's a misnomer, and it really isn't. It's a good value, isn't it?
I think it's a good value. My belief is, I'm doing a lot of legwork before you even meet the client or the candidate. So I've gotten rid of all the ones that are going to ghost you. I've gotten rid of all the ones that are just doing it for unemployment. My job is to make you're so busy in your restaurant. My job is to make your life easier. I'm only going to put a candidate in front of you that's worth your time. And I've already vetted them, and I already know what they're looking for salary, what they're looking for benefits. So I'm also not going to waste your time if you can't meet what they want. So my job is to make your life easier and to find the people that really are looking for a new place to grow.
And you work not just here in Colorado, you work nationally, right?
I work nationally, yeah.
So one of the things that we do have a big reach, we know that. Our NRC Helpful Moment is reaching all across really North America, and we want people to realize that, we do a lot of things here in Colorado. Of course, we're based here, but we have our consultants that live in Phoenix, in Seattle, and we have clients on the East Coast, Midwest, all over the U.S. So, Kathy, thank you for joining us today. Brian, have you got a couple of thoughts to kind of mirror on the marketing side for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to just say that first, obviously, if you are looking for management, then get in touch with Kathy and have her help you out. If, on the other hand, you are looking for something that maybe is a little bit quicker, that is more on the hourly side, take advantage of what Facebook has to offer, because you can very quickly and easily set up a post on Facebook that is what's considered a job post, and you can let people know directly through your Facebook page that you are looking for people, and you can actually boost that post. And Facebook they go out of their way to make it easy for you to try to find and get good people to come in and work on the hourly level for your restaurant. So I want to make sure people knew that there is more than one way to go about recruiting, but obviously looking for that management level, get in touch with Kathy.
Well, Brian, we can't really hear you, but we know we record the NRC Helpful Moment. I will send you the link so you can hear it, and then Kathy can share it with whomever she wants. I think that the important message here today is that, we're in tough times. It's kind of a scary world out there. We're getting through the COVID thing. That's a good thing.
Yes.
The masks, the restrictions, the vaccination requirements, those are definitely moving away. But the hiring is still hard. The supply chain is still hard. And we know we've got some world stress going on right now. But, we've talked about this. This is the industry of resilience.
You can feel that even at this event, you see people with smiles on their face. Like, I think we finally feel like we've got over the hump, and there's a lot of good days ahead.
There are, and Kathy's a pro. And there's the thing I would say to you. The reason why I have so much confidence and trust in Kathy is because she is a pro. She understands the industry. She understands what type of people that will work with you and understanding those tips that she provided today. So, Kathy, thanks for joining us on the NRC Helpful Moment number 160. This is an appropriate song. How about that? There we go. It's all full of energy. So, Brian, thank you for having us as always. And so long for now, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.